Welcome to the Wandering Gypsy RV Life podcast, where adventure meets the open road. My name's Stan Cromlish, and I'll be your host. In the past 5 years, I've learned a lot about what it means to be an RV gypsy, and what it takes to keep 24,000 pounds of steel and a house on wheels, traveling down the highways and byways of this great country. Lately, I've been getting a lot of questions about what led me to embrace the RV gypsy lifestyle. Today, I'm going to take you back to where it all began, before the long drives, the breathtaking landscapes, and even before I had my first motorhome. In March of 2020, the pandemic changed everything for a lot of us. For me, working from home became my new normal. But soon, my 10 by 10 home office felt less like a workspace and more like a jail cell. It was during those long, monotonous days that the idea of breaking free truly took root. But in truth, travel's always been in my blood. I've been a wanderer for as long as I can remember. My first trip, I was just 6 months old. And for years I chased rodeos across 100 towns, spanning the width and breadth of this great nation. That deep-seated love for movement, for discovering new places, for never staying in one spot too long, it never faded. The pandemic just gave me the push I needed to finally embrace it fully. And embrace it I did. In July of 2020, I found my first perfect RV. It was a 2013 Forest River Sunseeker 2300, which I affectionately named Bessie, after my great-grandmother. Bessie had everything I was looking for. Fully self-contained, no slides, simplistic design for someone just thinking about and itching to travel the open road. So after I picked her up from Halesford Harbor RV and Marine in Monetta, Virginia, what did I do? I drove her home for 3 hours, getting the feel of a 12,500 pound house on wheels. What it would take to maneuver the vehicle. What it would take to feel like I was in control of everything about that motorhome. Did Bessie have idiosyncrasies? She sure did. But the main thing she gave me is the freedom to travel the open roads. I got her home. That first 3 weeks she spent at Quality RV in North Belmont, getting checked out, making sure all of her systems were in working order. Water heater, worked both on electric and propane. Propane furnace, cleaned the ducts, made sure everything was in working order for the furnace. ACs, the AC, there was one AC on Bessie. Had to make sure it was working very well because my trip started in August of 2020. It was hot. That first trip was a very long drive. I left Belmont on August 15th, 2020. The open road was calling. So I answered with a long drive. 14 hours. Looking back, that was a bit ambitious for day one. But hey, the road's in my blood, so it's hard to stop. That first night, I was driveway surfing at Joanne and Gary Taylor in Cabot, Arkansas. I relied on the generator to keep things running. And let me tell you, I screwed up power management for the first 2 weeks I had her. It took time to figure out managing a 30 amp power system. You can't run the microwave, the air conditioner, and the electric water heater at the same time. Bad things happen. Circuit breakers pop. Generators get fussy with you when you pop their breakers. For me, that first 12-week adventure was a steep learning curve. I screwed up power. I had black and gray tank sensors that would never read empty. It was a difficult learning experience, but I never lost hope and I never lost heart because I had found my true ambition in life, and that is to chase the open road in a house on wheels. And I was doing it. And I've been doing it the past 5 years. Have I loved every minute of it? Yeah, probably have. Have I hated times? Yes, I have. Like the time I was in Dodge City, Kansas, in my latest motorhome, Birdie B. She's a Class A Tiffin Allegro open road 34 PA. Dodge City, Kansas, in the summer of 24. It was pouring rain and I had to pull out. I go to run through my entire breakdown checklist. RV started. Pull slides in. That's where it got hairy. The bedroom slide would not move. Press the button to retract the bedroom slide. Nothing happened. It's pouring rain. Pull out the manual for the Lippert Schwintek slide system and find there's a controller in a bay outside. So put on my trusty raincoat, walk outside, get soaked, reset the Lippert slide controller, slide comes in. Move on over to the passenger slide. And it doesn't want to come in square. So there again, I have to follow the manual and do the Schwintek slide synchronization process. Eventually I get that slide in. By now, I'm soaking wet. But all of the slides are in, all of the jacks are up, and I can get on the road. Not before having to change clothes. The RV life is not glamorous at times. At other times, it is extremely glamorous. When you see a sunrise in Tucson, Arizona, coming up over the Saguaro National Forest, the reds, the yellows, the oranges in that sunrise remind you of why you're on this adventure. In these podcasts, I will take you through the good, the bad, and the ugly of the Wandering Gypsy RV life. Hope you will join me as we travel down this road together.